Uh-oh. I don't think I can watch this. Again! I keep playing these games that I can't watch. I'm so immature. GameCube loading. Capcom, the only company who can take their horror franchise, kill it, and bring it back. Oh, hey, it's Claire! Oh, wait, no, wait. Actually, if you squint, you might be able to see her for a split second. Oh, wait, hey, there she is! This is supposed to be Claire's game, goddammit! Oh, and Chris and Wesker in it. Spoilers, guys. Actually, funny thing, this is one of 3 openings you can get, and they unlock depending on where you are in the game. For some reason, I got this one, despite having no save data. What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel! Welcome to my new Let's Play of Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And for those of you who actually thought you were seeing spoilers in the beginning, it's right there at the opening screen. You're not being kept in secret. Brand new Resident Evil game, finally. And this one actually plays a lot more like Resident Evil 2 because, as some of the developers have stated, they consider it more a direct sequel. And we'll be seeing a lot of ties as to why they thought that. And I'll be playing this on the GameCube because I honestly hate the PS3 port. And to be honest, the only thing they changed in the PS3 port is they made it look nicer. But that doesn't help the gameplay. So we're going to be playing on good old-fashioned GameCube. That's all I have to say. Take it away, Resident Evil guy.
Resident Evil.
Yes.
The American Midwestern town, Raccoon City, has been completely decimated due to the T-virus outbreak that was instigated by the international corporation Umbrella. Claire Redfield, who arrived in Raccoon City to search for her lost brother Chris, and a rookie police officer, Leon S. Kennedy, managed to escape from the city. But their ordeal was only a prelude of things to come. 3 months later.
Your identification number is WKD4496. Welcome to your new home.
Her name is Claire Redfield. We caught her trespassing in our Paris lab facility 10 days ago. She apparently infiltrated the complex looking for her lost brother, Chris Redfield, one of the surviving members of RPD's famous STARS teams. Don't move.
It's a little dark. I don't even think brightening my screen will do it. So let's go over a few of the basics here. They're going to throw you right into the game where you're going to have to learn something entirely new to Resident Evil, believe it or not. I'm just going to go through this playing manual. I'm not exactly going to read it. I'll just go over the bigger things that are in here. One thing that I do want to note between this game and Resident Evil 3 is you now have the return of the action button. You still have the quick turn that you can do by pressing backwards and the B button in the GameCube's case. But as far as the action button, you still have to, like, press A to go up and down stairs. That's the one thing they removed from this version, even though it came out after 3. But something new that was actually added to this game is your little sub-weapon or sub-item up there. You can actually equip them now. You can check them, you can see what they do, but they actually have more of a purpose than just staying there in the corner. For example, the lighter, you can actually equip, and when we go back, we'll actually be able to see what we were supposed to see.
Perfect. Go on. Get out of here. This place is finished. I don't know, it might have been a special forces team. But in any case, this prison's been taken over. The troops have been wiped out.
What are you saying?
You're free to leave the complex. But you may as well know you have no chance of getting off this island.
And what about you? What are you going to do?
Don't worry about me.
Well, we know why we're here now. Aw, no, he's bleeding out and we don't have any medicine for him. Be sure to pick these up, you're gonna need them for later, even though we don't have a gun yet. Everything that looks like it can be picked up, please pick it up. Oh no, he died. Oh, never mind. He's fine. He'll be fine. Oh, what do we got here? Seriously, that's my code number? Ah, well, I guess they don't really need to have really interesting names for prisoners. Thanks for letting me out, Rodrigo. Here's your first weapon, the knife. And I gotta say, for the past couple of games having abysmal knives, this one's actually really cool. Shouldn't have done that because now it's completely dark. Let's get the lighter back, okay? But seriously, I'm going to be showing off how useful this knife can get. And for a first weapon, it's not too bad, because it's actually going to be a little while before we get our first gun. Right here, Resident Evil staple. If you find an ink ribbon and a typewriter, you can save your game. Now right here, this is just giving you a little example that you can save your game, and they only give you one ink ribbon for that explicit purpose. We're gonna just save over it. I decided to start up a game, just to, you know, test everything out recording-wise. There we go. We haven't really lost any progress. And we're going to be getting to... There's a couple design choices that I personally don't agree with. For one, right here. Take a listen to this. This expresses loading. You hear that? That's going to happen every now and again. Claire's heartbeat is going to race. Because she doesn't know what's coming up, but this is the game's way of saying, by the way, we're about to load something really, really big. And in fact, they are. Somehow the prison was right above the graveyard. Okay, so how bullshit being thrown into a fight of about 4 to 5 zombies. But let me show you a trick. First of all, I love collision detection. But right here, this is how good this knife is. If you actually swing down towards the zombie's legs and hit them enough and in the right spot, you can actually take out their kneecaps and drop them to the floor. Now, you also notice Claire has this like really long, like arcing swing. If that hits a zombie's model, it's being hit for damage. So you're not hitting them just once. You can hit them up to like 3 to 4 times. And that's how good this is. And of course, it does have a higher damage ratio than, let's say, the knife from Resident Evil 2, which I still can't get over how terrible that one was. Oh man, I was trying to get through this without getting hit too much. But yay, we did it! First confrontation, we actually took out 5 zombies with a knife alone. It's not too bad. Not a bad track record. Something actually fell out over here. I can't get it. Yeah, if you think you could just, like, tiptoe over the fire, nah, it's basically an invisible wall. Speaking of invisible walls, they're actually everywhere, because if you notice, this is the first Resident Evil game that uses 3D models. It's not just like a matte painting in the background. You actually have stuff you can interact with. Still invisible walls everywhere, but, you know.
Wait, don't shoot.
Who are you?
Huh? You're not a zombie. Well, great. Wait right there. I'm coming over. Sorry about that little misunderstanding, but I thought you were another one of those
Shut up. Make one wrong move and I'll shoot.
Relax, beautiful. I said I was sorry. My name's Steve. I was a prisoner on this island. And I'm guessing you're not from Umbrella either.
No, I'm Claire. Claire Redfield.
Claire? Nice. I'll remember that. Hey, I heard there's an airport around here. Well, once I find it, I can finally escape from this crazy island. Well, I'll see ya.
Hey, wait up!
I don't want you following me, lady. You'll only slow me down.
I hate Steve. Like, a lot. He's probably one of the more useless characters in any Resident Evil game. And he's such a whiny pansy boy. We'll get to that later. I'm actually curious to see how many people will end up liking Steve, especially by the end of the game, but we're not going to deal with that. Hey, look, we finally got our gun. And believe it or not, within the context of that cutscene, we shot 3 times and lost 3 bullets out of a full clip. So that's kind of cool. It screws you over in the long run when you actually want a full clip when you get a brand new gun, but you know what, whatever. They're keeping it within context. It's nice. Kind of like it. Oh, wow, look at all that. See, that's an example of what I was talking about. There's fire in the background. It's all modeled 3D. That's because this was the last Resident Evil game posted on the Dreamcast. And I'm not sure why Resident Evil 3 didn't take advantage of that. And I guess, you know, they had a bit more time to work on this, but these were being made at around the same time. That right there is a green herb, another staple of the Resident Evil games. It's your healing items. So if you are down to, let's say, yellow caution, using a green herb will 99.9% of the time bring you back to green fine. Just to conserve... Oops. Oh, wait, he's already dead. I was about to say, here in this beginning spot, you're going to want to conserve handgun ammunition. And let's see... Oh, dropped him. Nice. And you're also noticing that the one disadvantage of using the knife is Claire's, like, humongous swing. It can actually run into the walls. So be very careful when you're in close quarters, because you're basically going to ting right off a wall. And you're going to have a bad time as a result. Oh, gross. Didn't even clean up after themselves. Oh, there's nothing back there. I always think there's something back there because there's just like a little crevice where they could hide like handgun ammo or something. If you press the Z button, you can take a look at the map, and I don't know if I agree with this design choice, but you can only look into the rooms that you've been to, which makes total sense. Why would I have a problem with that? It's because you can still only see the overhead. You can't actually see closer into the rooms. I think that might just be a me thing. It's just a personal little thing of mine. Let's go ahead and go in here. There's some goodies in here. And by the way, nice start to a game, huh? Hear that? Get locked up in a prison and all of a sudden zombies. Why did it have to be zombies? And before you start saying, claiming T-Virus, no, T-Virus is gone. Kinda. It blew up with Raccoon City, right? Yeah, Raccoon City's gone. That's kind of another reason I like this game a bit more than some of the others, is because there's different locales other than Raccoon City, which they had to do because Raccoon City's gone. As far as these little logs go, I'll only be stopping to read some of the more important ones, like if it pertains to a puzzle or anything else like that. But if you do want to pause the video and read what's going on, a lot of this fluff is actually really good. Like this one right here, it talks about the inmates and how he sees one of his friends go away, and apparently they have a guillotine in this prison? Doesn't seem environmentally safe. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there he is. Hopefully he doesn't bust through the window. That'd be silly. Damn it. Hint, hint. Alright, so in an attempt to scare you, they put you in a bit of a small hallway, and because of that guy breaking through the glass, a couple other zombies actually show up to the party, like that guy back there. But here is a great instance of a dual-handed weapon. What do I mean by that? I mean you can aim it in two spots. I'll be sure to show it off in a bit of a more open area because this is a terrible place to show off that weapon. Ah, crap. By the way, if a zombie ever grabs you, if you just circle the control stick just over and over again, it'll get them off you quicker. And actually, the faster you do it, you have the possibility of not getting hurt. Very rare, but I have had it happen sometimes where I just mash the buttons, swirl the control stick, and then all of a sudden they're off me before even biting me. So if you ever wanted a pro strat, just be sure to, go mad on your controller just to get a zombie off you. It's like having an actual zombie off you. It's just all of a sudden it's like, ah, no, get off, ah! You basically just do, the panic mode. Now I have no idea where that guy came from. He could have been, hiding under the kitchen table for all I know, because he wasn't in the bathroom. Oh, and we're about to get a dramatic camera angle for something horrific coming my way. Nah, it's probably nothing. Oh man, I really wanted to use that. Huh. And I love how Claire just stares at it. She just looks at that body being dragged underneath the building and she's like, well, that's odd. Just chalk it up to the other things I've seen today. Okay, I think this would be a good place to show off the dual pistols, the M100Ps. Depending on where the enemies are on screen, Claire will actually aim. If you use the right trigger, you can aim. And depending on where the enemies are, she will use one arm to point at one enemy and the other arm to point at the other enemy. Pretty handy in more open areas with... Ah, crap. I knew there was another one, I just couldn't remember where he was. But the M100Ps, very good weapons to have when you have a lot of zombies in a room, and you just need a quick crowd clearer. There are other weapons like that, but there are only two dual-handed weapons. There are some other weapons that take up 2 item slots that you have to use... Oh, shoot. You have to use 2 hands to open. And how did I know that that would happen? I mean, I don't have that many metallic items. Besides, everything in my pockets. Alright, fine. I want to turn off the alarm. One sec. There we go. By the way, love the looming sense of dread as they show glass windows and zombies outside of said glass windows. That's probably nothing. Here's another fun thing. You actually have to... How do I want to say this? Your sub-items, like the lighter in my case right now, you actually have to put into the metal detector box. Like, you wouldn't actually think that, because every Resident Evil game up to this point, you just had your sub-item up in the corner just sitting there waiting to be used. So this is... The little touches of new in this Resident Evil game is what makes it stand out from the rest. Pay close attention to this note. You will need it to move on with the game. There's a couple little shiny objects on here, but I don't think I'll pick them up just yet. Don't worry, we'll get to them. This is also a very important note. Please keep track of this one. Remember what this says. The name is not important. That right there is important. So keep that in the back of your mind. We'll be dealing with that a bit later. But now I think somebody's like typing on a computer or something. Probably uploading to Facebook. Got caught in prison today.
Chris Redfield.
What are you doing here?
Chris Redfield. Is he a relative of yours or something?
You mean my brother?
Ah, your siblings. Well, it seems your brother is under surveillance by Umbrella.
What? I've got to contact Leon and tell him to let my brother know he's being monitored. It's a good thing I have access to an outside connection from here.
Well, that file shows the latitude and longitude of this place. Why don't you send your brother the coordinates and ask him to come help?
Thanks, I'll do that.
Hey, I was just kidding. There's no way he could get here, even if he is your brother.
Yes, he can, I'm sure of it.
No way. He won't come. You'll just end up disappointed if you rely on others. Believe me, I know.
What was that all about?
So it seems like Steve has a little bit of a trust issue. But he hasn't killed us. If you check in this drawer right here, hey, we get the Hawk Emblem. We saw something that needed that emblem, but there's one problem. We can't exactly take it through the metal detector, so next time on Resident Evil Code Veronica X, we're going to figure out what we can do with this metal and see if we can get out of this prison. See you next time.